Hey friends, Neil here from Post to Post. Hope you guys are having a great day. Chicago Blackhawks. It has been a minute since I've had some Chicago Blackhawks merch on. I don't wear this hat very often because the elastic broke in it, so it doesn't fit my head very well. And then I just have this Reebok jersey. It's the only Blackhawks jersey that I have. I don't have any Adidas. I don't have any Fanatics. But we just got some pretty cool news from the Chicago Blackhawks, which we're obviously here to talk about in this video, and that's the small, minor changes to the jersey coming up for this year. So let's jump in right away and look at these photos and give our opinions. Spoiler alert, I think it's amazing. So let's bring up this first one, and this is from the draft. So just looking at it, if you don't follow jerseys, or if you don't follow logos or the NHL in terms of like visuals that frequently, you're going to be like, that's just a Blackhawks jersey. Like, why are we even looking at this? But there are some small things that have changed here. The laces, the gold stroke around the logo, which is the primary thing, and some other little things, other little details that we'll look at. So my first impression was, that's incredible. I absolutely love this decision. Original 6 team that has had a lot of jerseys over the years with all the Winter Classics and whatever. You know, Chicago has had a lot of designs, but this is probably the most subtle design that they've ever done, or subtle change, I guess. I think it's wonderful. I think it's very complimentary to have that gold in there, and just it complements the logo so well because you're pulling that color or that same kind of shades and palette and stuff out of the logo onto the stroke or the outside of the logo. I think it looks absolutely beautiful. I know it's small. I know it's relatively insignificant, but I think it's a tremendous change. I really like it. I think it really pops off of that red jersey. Here's another photo, just a little bit more close up, and also the hat. This isn't a video about hats, but remember that Fanatics situation I had about 2 months ago? If you haven't seen that, go check it out. I did receive a 50% off coupon for my next Fanatics purchase off the website, and it will be my last Fanatics purchase. And I don't want to spoil anything, but like as soon as this gets released, purchase. Absolutely 100%, and probably that hat as well, because I need to replace this. So very excited for this jersey to get officially released on the Fanatics site so I can pick it up. Now, moving on to the next one, we can look at some graphics that the Chicago Blackhawks social media team released. They talk a little bit about the logo. I would definitely recommend going to check out their social media, whether it's Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, it doesn't really matter. They have this posted. They've got some good stuff out there. And then the actual other cool part about the jersey is the 100th anniversary patch. I've heard some criticism about this patch. It's a little bit boring and stuff, but I look at these original 6 teams, and I'm not expecting something super modern, super unique, super different. I'm looking for a traditionality, and to me, this 100 anniversary logo is exactly what I would expect and exactly what I like. I think that the 100 pops so nicely on the black, and then the black pops off the red very nicely. You got the years in there, which is great, and you got that logo, that little small logo, but with the gold outline. So I honestly, I think it's a perfect logo. I really love it. And then they just they talk about the laces. It is what it is. And inside the neck, you've got a little bit of text, which is pretty cool, I guess. And then on the inside of the bottom of the jersey, there's a tag that says 100, and then all the years that they won the Stanley Cup. I think that is an amazing decision. I love the fact that it's down there. Like usually we would see this on the inside of the neck, but it's on the bottom inside of the jersey. Sign me up for that. That's an amazing decision. I cannot wait to get this jersey. I'm so excited to see this in person. And then they also actually just recently released a photo with what the number kit's going to look like, and you've got that gold on there as well. Now, it is a little bit conflicting with the nameplate on the top because there's no gold whatsoever on the letters or anything. I don't love that. I wish that the nameplate mimicked the style of the font, or of the numbers, with the black outline or the black stroke and then the gold stroke on top of that. It just feels unfinished, the nameplate at this point, which is a little bit disappointing, but not a big deal. It definitely doesn't make me think any less of the jersey. I still love it, and I still love the little decisions here. But yeah, that's what the number kit looks like. So shout out to the Chicago Blackhawks. And also, they released what their center ice design is going to look like. We just talked about the Montreal Canadiens and Vegas Golden Knights center ice changes designs in the previous video on the channel. So if you have not seen that, go check it out and hear my opinions on that. But Chicago with the 100th anniversary logo in their center ice, I think is tremendous. Very traditional, very simple, simplistic in a very good way. Really good decisions here from Chicago. It's not a team I cheer for. It's not a brand that I absolutely love. Jerseys are fine. Probably some of the best in the NHL just from a traditional aspect or, kind of history aspect. But they've never blown my socks off with anything. Like, I definitely don't cheer for them. But I really, really, objectively, fairly like this design. Very small decisions, but very, very good decisions, very calculated decisions. So if I'm a Chicago Blackhawks fan, I don't know, maybe I'm a little bit disappointed because it's it's the 100th anniversary. Maybe you're expecting more, but I don't know. As a designer, as a critic, I guess, a jersey critic and collector, I don't know what you call me. I really like it. I think it's fantastic. So big round of applause from me to the Chicago Blackhawks. Very excited to get to the jersey and and see what they look like in full uniform when the games happen, what the arena looks like, what else is going on for Chicago. Yeah, good stuff. So let me know down below in the comment section what you think of the Chicago Blackhawks change. Did they make the right decision? Did they need to go further? The comment section exists for a reason, and I hope you have a couple of minutes to leave your comments down below. I'd love to hear your take on the Chicago Blackhawks decision. Have a great day. Thank you so much for joining me for this one. Subscribe if you're new for the next video, and we'll talk to you very soon. Adios.